All right, let's get back into it, man. So here it is. It's finally like June. It's June the 2nd. It's Friday. I remember the dates because I know I went to jury trial June 5th, 6th, and 7th, right? That was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Uh, so June the 2nd was Friday. The lawyer, he finally comes to see me, right? And when they call me, Mr. Maxwell, you got a lawyer visit. So go out a meeting. His name was Michael Metz, right? Now they had assigned this dude to me way in March, but I could never get a hold of him, right? And if I did get a hold of him, he had something smart to say and just hung up the phone, right? But when he comes to finally see me, the first thing that motherfucker told me was sign for this 15 years. He didn't ask me what happened. Well, he didn't ask me nothing about what happened, right? First thing he said was sign for this 15 years. I looked at the man like, fuck, I ain't signing for that. I ain't signing for no 15 years. You crazy? And back then, I had been to the law library a couple of times. Read a few things. So, and I asked him, I said, well, what are they saying is mine? He said, well, they saying what was in the trunk was yours. Now, mind you, all that nigga had was a half an ounce, right? And I wasn't even with him when he bought it. So, but this is what I'm telling the lawyer, like, I wasn't even with that man when he bought that. I don't know nothing. I showed him, he stuffed something in the trunk, right? So I said, well, since they saying what was in the trunk was mine, I said, how much did it weigh? Now, depending on what it weighed is depending on the charges, right? It weighs so much is 5 is first degree felony, 5 to 99. Weighs so much is possession is 2 to 20, down to a state jail felony, right? But then this motherfucker go on and say, okay, you'll claim what's in the trunk? No, brother. I get you 12 years. 12. Now, if that motherfucker would have probably said, hey, I'll get you 2 years right now, I might would have agreed with that. Because I had already been locked up like 4 or 5 months, right? And back then, he said, I'm just trying to get out. I probably would have went for it if he'd have said 2 years, right? But 15, this, 12, this, hell no. So man, you might as well get ready to go to jury trial. We're going to have to pick a jury or something. So now he's trying to convince me not to pick the jury. He's trying, well, Kid going to be there to testify. Kid going to be there to testify. What you going to do, Kid? I said, man, I got plenty of witnesses that come testify and said I wasn't even with that man when he bought that dope. Hey man, the lawyer said, nah, it's not gonna work, man, because we're gonna go to jury. We're gonna go to trial Monday then. So we're gonna go to trial Monday. How we gonna, you know what I mean? Right? So I said, all right, then fuck it. So at the time, he said, well, the only person we could probably get one person, and that person was my mama. And I barely see my mama now. I sure didn't see her back then. We were ripping running hard, right? So when I finished the meeting with him, go back to the cell for a little bit, tell everybody what that motherfucker just said, right? Next thing I know, they said, Maxwell, pack your stuff. Going back to Martin County, right? So this motherfucker shows up on a Saturday in Martin County. Matter of fact, back then. So as soon as I get back to the cell, I called my mom and I'm telling her what's happening. And I'm like, pick a jury. And when I told her, yeah, mom, I'm going to go to jury trial. It's like, the whole, like she must have dropped the phone or something. Like, she was in disbelief, like, damn, baby, like, you going to go to jury trial? That means I don't even know what they're going to do to you, this, that, and the third. I said, well, whatever, mom, whatever they're going to do, they're going to just have to give it to me. I'm just not going to accept it like that, right? So like I say, by now, they done called me and said, Maxwell, get your stuff, going back to Marlin County, right? So when I get to Marlin County, that's Friday, the same day. The next day, Saturday, the lawyer Michael Messi comes up there. You know, he wants to talk about, you know, the first day of court. You know, tell me, you know, have your mama bring you some clothes, this, that, and the third. Dress nice for the jury, this, that, and, you know, all that old type of shit, right? That happens. Then he shows me, I had a copy of it. I don't, you know, throughout the years, I guess it got, you know, misplaced. But I had a copy of Harold's transcripts when he went to court. And the whole time, you know, when he's on the stand, because he had that lawyer, Ted Potter. And if you was in the mix back then, you know who Ted Potter was. Ted Potter was a slick country lawyer. He done fucked over a lot of people. And they waited till he was like damn near dead before they disbarred him, right? But that Monday rolls around, and you know, we had a little briefing, talking. But you know, this is all about the you know, this whole social media shit. So I need y'all to do the right thing, man. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever the case, because it's going on all my platforms. Whatever the case, like, short, you know, share the shit, Nick. You know, hey, let everybody know you work clean. Because I work clean, baby. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I fear nothing but God. Work clean, baby.